Hi, I'm Dia and you guys are watching Dianosaur. So today I'm gonna tell you what all series actually I want to read in the year of 2023. So let's get on with it. So we have my handy dandy notebook and my eyes are watering. Every time I put on kajal for a video, my eyes start watering like hell. So, beauty is pain. Anyway, so the first series that I want to start is Ruin of Kings. Actually, that is the name of the first book. The name of the series is A Chorus of Dragons by Lyons. Let's go with Lyons. Jen Lyons. So all I know about this book is that it has footnotes and it is convoluted. So these are the only two things that I know about it. So I also know that it's about this guy who is in a dungeon, in a jail sort of a thing, and he is starting to tell his life story, and then another jailer or guard is like, no, actually it didn't happen that way, it happened this way. And so you have 2 or 3 types of narratives woven into each other, so it's a pretty complicated story. And not gonna lie, I'm kinda intimidated. Like, I would not have picked it up if my friend Igor had not told me to pick it up for the 12 by 12 challenge that I was doing, that I'm gonna do next year. So yeah, A Chorus of Dragons by Jen Lyons. So next we have Books of Babel by Josiah Bancroft. So I read the first book, Stenlin Ascends, in 2020, I think. Like, it's been 2 years, and this year I completely forgot about the sequels. I have the sequels. I have the book 2 and book 3 with me. So I mean, the only one is left is book 4, and I know why I didn't pick it up. That's because book 4 got released in the beginning of this year, I think, or end of last year, like sometimes a while back. So it didn't get good reviews and all that. Many people were like, this is the worst book ever, and that kinda impacts you to hear such negative reviews of a book. And I really liked the first one, and I bought the second and third book based on how much I enjoyed the first book. So at that point I was kind of regretting that, oh my god, like, should I have not bought the books? Should I have just DNF'd the series after the first book or something like that? But this coming year, I'm thinking that I have the books lying around. I don't unhaul books without reading them first. So I'm gonna read book 2 and book 3, and I've heard good things about book 2 and book 3. So I have high hopes that I will end up liking the series. I might like the last book, depending on maybe people who didn't like the last book, I won't be thinking that those elements will be too much of a deal breaker for me, if that makes sense. Anyway, whenever I start talking, without any sort of structure or any sort of script, I talk nonsense. So let's go to the next book before this video gets more than 30 minutes or something. So next we have Dandelion Dynasty by Ken Liu. Again, it's Dandelion or Dandelion? I think it's Dandelion. Correct me down in the comments if I say it wrong. So this is the first book is Grace of Kings, and I have the first 2 books with me, and I got the pretty UK version with the pastel covers and all. So I have heard really good things about it, and also, I mean, this book also, it's kind of making me feel a bit scared, intimidated, that I might not, it might be too dense for me, I might be too dumb for this book or something like that. So let me know in the comments if you guys also get this feeling from time to time, that oh my god, that book that everyone is talking about, maybe I won't enjoy that book as much, or it's beyond my it will be beyond my scope of comprehension or something like that. I get that feeling a lot. That happened with Hyperion. I was like, no, that book is too smart for me, I won't understand anything. And I read the book, and it's one of my top books of the year or all time. Like, I'll have to think about it, but it's one of my top books, like, easily. So I'm thinking that the same thing might happen with Grace of Kings, that I might think that it's too much for me, but I'll end up loving the book or something like that. Anyway, I like being cautiously optimistic, but not too much optimistic. So let's not get our hopes up, okay? Let's be realistic. So next we have a reread, A Song of Ice and Fire by George R.R. Martin. So Joanna and a couple other booktubers, they are doing a read along of A Song of Ice and Fire next year, like starting from January. Oh shit, I forgot to add another series. There should have been another series which I forgot. So okay, it's not gonna be 5 series, it's gonna be 6 series. So editing me, I'll have to change the title while editing. Anyway, Song of Ice and Fire. So I read Song of Ice and Fire when I was in college, and I absolutely loved it, and it was the first epic fantasy that I read. And it was, I mean, I started with the best, and after that everything kind of felt pale in comparison. So I'm eager to see, after reading fantasy for so many years, whether my tastes have changed or not. Like, how will I receive, like, what will be my reaction to all the things that go down in the books. So maybe because the first time I was so inexperienced that everything wowed me, and this time I am a seasoned reader, so this time it might be different. So I am hoping to have a great time reading the books. So yeah, that's the 4th series that I'm planning to read in 2023. So next we have Realm of the Elderlings by Robin Hobb. So I've had Assassin's Apprentice for a while now, and I'm so scared. Oh my god, the mic. I always punch the mic. Oh god, someone is coming and it's gonna be... Anyway, so Robin Hobb. I am scared of Robin Hobb. Like, not scared of Robin Hobb, I'm scared of starting Realm of the Elderlings, because I mean, it's not just people, but even I tried to read the first chapter a while back, and it seemed a bit too, I mean, what do you call it? The prose was a bit difficult for me to comprehend, and I had to concentrate a lot while reading. So I mean, the sentence structures and everything, it was done in a way that me, as a person who speaks English as a second language, it was getting difficult for me to understand what was happening. So by the time I was deciphering what was the author was trying to say in the sentence, I was losing interest in the book. And maybe at that point I was having attention span issues or something like that. Maybe that affected my enjoyment. Okay, Matt on Books, he is doing a read along for Realm of the Elderlings next year, and I thought I'll just join other people because there will be other people. It will make me feel like, FOMO, like fear of missing out on great book series, and that will push me to read. So I was like, yes, I'm doing Realm of the Elderlings. Like 2023 is the year of Hob for me. So that rhymes. Anyway, now we move on to the last series. I promise you, this is the last. Actually, this is not the last. There are a couple of honorable mentions, but this is the last, like proper series that I'm gonna like read for sure next year, and that is Echo Saga by Philip C. Quantrill. So the Indie Accords Discord, they are doing a read along of all the 12 books, so one book per month, and I don't know anything about the book, so I won't be able to tell you what the books are about. There's a ranger, that's what I know because the name of the first book is Rise of Ranger. Okay, that was a bad joke. I mean, this is why what you signed up for, bad jokes and bad lighting. So, Echo Saga, it's a self-published series, and I have heard great things about it on Patrick's channel, and I feel that, it's something that I'll enjoy. From what I remember, it's kind of like, classic fantasy but with a modern twist, and I like those kind of things, classic fantasy with modern twist, sword and sorcery kind of a thing, because one of my favorite series is Malice, Faithful and the Fallen. I always do this. I always forget the name of the series, and I say the name of the first book. Anyway, tangent. So Echo Saga, and now we come to the honorable mentions. So firstly, if I don't finish Heir of Novron this month, I'm gonna read Heir of Novron in January, and after reading Heir of Novron, I'm gonna read either the prequel, the pre-prequel, what do you call it, Legends of the First Empire, I think, I don't remember, by Michael J. Sullivan. So I'm gonna read that series, followed by Rhaeria Chronicles. Rhaeria Chronicles. So I'm gonna read the pre-prequel and then the prequel after finishing this Rhaeria Revelations. So that is one thing I'm planning to continue. Rhaeria Revelations, it was a revelation this year, and I mean, although many people in our buddy didn't like the first book, I quite liked it, and I liked it enough to read the second book, and the second book was so good. And I've read the first book in the third bind-up. What is it called? Wintertide. And it's good, it's really good, and I'm looking forward to reading the last one. The only thing is, it's 600 pages. Like every other book in the series, like in the bind-up, was 300 something pages, and this last one, Persepolis, it is 600 pages, and I'm like, 600 pages is a bit too long, for me. So anyway, and if I don't end up reading First Laws, what is the last one? Last Argument of Kings. If I don't end up reading Last Argument of Kings this month, I read it next year actually. And after finishing that, I already have Best Served Cold with me, so after finishing the First Law, I'll start with the trilogy, with the standalones, and after finishing the standalone, I'll jump into the next trilogy. And I don't know when that's gonna happen, because I am already planning to read so many books, and although I really like Joe Abercrombie's writing, but I can't take it in, I can't binge Joe Abercrombie's books. Like, I can't binge, I didn't binge First Law, the first 2 books. It took me, like, each book took me around 4 to 6 months to read. So, so I don't know when that's gonna happen, when I'm gonna finish the First Law Extended Universe series. So, yeah. And then we have Jade City, Greenbone Saga. Yeah, then we have Greenbone Saga. I have the first book with me, Jade City, so I'll see if I can get to the book. If not, it doesn't matter, I'll read it in 2025. Do I have anything else? Can I see anything else with me? No, that's all for fantasy. I have a few historical fiction and a few that I own the ebook copy of, not the physical copy, so I can't remember off the top of my head what all I'm gonna be reading. So yeah, I think that's a wrap. So yeah, we come to the end of the video, and comment down below if you are gonna read any of these series, or if you have read any of these series, how you liked it, if you didn't like it. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.